Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back with me, Vassal of Chaos. So I'm going to inform you that we have just finished KvK 1, we're just 1 week away after that. So we're going to prepare for the next KvK 2. So a lot of things needs to be prepared, especially for commanders. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about archer commanders that you need to focus for the KvK 2. Well, in the season 2, you don't have much option actually, because in the Wheel of Fortune, you don't have any archer commander as well as the MGE commanders, right? So you have only limited amount of choice, right? YG and Elsid are the legendary archer commanders. And for Epic, and you have Kira, Eraman, and Kusunoki as the Epic commanders. So you only have 5 choices of commanders. So in this video, there are only 2 archer commander that I'm going to put the ranking on it. So the first best archer commanders pairing for the KvK 2 is YSG and Richard the First. Yeah, as you can see there, the additional healing factor provides additional tankiness for covering YSG's squishiness. And the damage reduction also proved to be huge. 30% damage reduction is crazy. And also march speed reduction for 2 seconds is also crazy. So which means you're gonna trap your enemies not to escaping you, so that YSG could deal more damage. Right, so the second skill is also damage taken reduction and control damage bonus. So it's kind of making YSG to be more tanky to repel the enemy forces. And the third skill, only bonus for infantry, did not look at it. And for the fourth skill is healing effect enhancement. Yeah, it's going to be given more healing to cover YSG's squishiness, while YSG is going to be able to take care of the enemy using his AoE damage. Alright, so that's for the first best pairing for full archer troops for the KvK 2. YSG is primary and Richard is secondary. Next, I'm going to talk about the second best pairing for full archer troops in the KvK 2. The primary is also YSG, it's obvious, but for the secondary, who is gonna be? Well, it is a draw between Sansu and Kira. Alright, you guys might probably wondering why Sansu is on the list, because he is an infantry commander. Let me tell you, although Sansu sounds like an infantry type's commander, but he only have his skill that all of his skill is synergies well with every other commander which is not infantry. The only skill that gives bonus damage for infantry is his third skill, which only gives a slightly amount of damage. Slightly amount of health bonus for infantry, 10%. So missing that kind of health bonus is kind of fine, because you still be able to take the benefit from the damage reduction by 10% when you're using the troops other than infantry. And also, why choose Sansus? Because his first skill is also AoE. It's going to reach 5 targets, so it's going to be 4,000 times 5, yeah, 4,000. It's going to be great, and Sansu gains additional 50 rages for each target hit by this skill. So it's going to be boost YSG's rage as well, so it's going to be a great pairing. Great rage regenerator for YSG. And also for the skill damage bonus is very great. 20% is stacked with YSG's skill. So it's kind of 50%. When expertise, you're going to have 50% skill damage bonus by YSG, and also you get 20% for Sansu. And let us compare with Kira. Remember, Sansu damage is 800, and let us compare to Kira first skill. 1000 is kind of crazy, but it dealt damage to 3 maximum enemies, unlike Sansu. So, and also its have a damage dealt to all target will be decreased by 50% for each additional enemy. So right? It's kind of 2800 or something. So let's compare it with Sansu. Sansu's damage is it's like when facing 3 enemies is like 800 times 3, 2400, right? So it's still lower than the Kira damage when you're facing against 3 enemies, right? So what I'm going to say here is that when you're facing 3 enemies, then Kira is the best for YSG secondary. But when you're facing 4 or more enemies, then Sansu is going to be the best because it will deal more damage in the total. Not only that, but also Sansu will give additional rage regenerator bonus. Right, archer attack bonus 10%, archer defense bonus 10%. So it's kind of tied with the defense bonus is kind of tied with Sansu's, but for the attack bonus, Sansu don't have it, but Race Regenerator is better than Archer attack bonus. Right, so the fourth skill is skill damage bonus by 80%, but it only have 10% chance to increase the skill damage dealt. Right, so 10% chances means like every 10 times you use the skill, you have a chance to use it. It will trigger at least once. I mean more likely to be triggered once, according to law of probability. Right? So it's kind of 80% divided by 10. It's like 10% per, averagely 10% per skill usage. So it's nothing compared with Sansu 20% skill damage. So yeah, what I'm going to say to you is that it is better for using Sansu if you are facing against more than 4 enemies. But if we're facing 1 to 3 enemies, it's going to be better for Kira. But anyway, Archer is about AoE. So I would recommend Sansu more than Kira for for YSG's secondary, because Archer commander are meant to be facing multiple enemies, especially when you're facing in an open field battle or AOO. Alright. Alright, let's compare to the other Archer commanders why I decided to choose Sansu Richard as non-Archer commander better than Kusanagi. Because it's because, you know, the direct damage factor is only 300 times 3 targets, so it's 900, and plus 250 for 2 seconds, so it's like 500, so it's going to be 1400. So it's really nothing compared to Sansu, which 800 times 5 targets, so it's going to be 4000. So yeah, it's going to be nothing compared to Sansu's skill. And normal attack troops have 10% to deal additional damage. No, YSG don't need attack, YSG needs skill. So that's why Sansu is a better option than Kusanagi. Then Archer attack bonus by 10%, Archer defense bonus by 10%. Well, Kira have it, but Kira also have the other first skill is better than Kusanagi because it dealt 3000, so it's like twice better than Kusanagi. Alright, let's continue to Airman. Where is Airman? Here. Airman first skill only deal 750 damage to one target, so it's really nothing. Well, it might be given rage reduction by 100, but when you use Sansu as a secondary of YSG, it will give you bonus damage, bonus rage regenerator by 250. So basically Sansu's rage regenerator is far better than Airman's rage reduction. It's almost more than twice, right? So it increased normal attack damage troops by 3%, and attack have 2 chance to have additional 100 rage. So it's a really low amount of percentage. So it's really, when you max the skill, you only have 10% chance. So basically you only gain, 100 divided by times by 10% is going to be 10 rage per second. So it's really nothing compared to, you know, compared to when you use Sansu. You get instant 250 rage when you hit every time you hit it with target. So Araman is absolutely not a better option for YSG. What about Elset? Well, his first skill is only deal 1000 damage for single target attack, so it's not going to be work compared with Kira, Sansu, or Richard. And second skill only dealt 10% chance to deal additional damage. And once again, whilst he do not need bonus attack, what he need is bonus skill damage. So additional damage factor by 1000, so times 10% chances is going to be only 100 bonus damage per second. So it's kind of little, in my opinion. And archer defense bonus and archer march speed bonus is kind of great, but you might don't needing that, because what wise you need more is AoE, additional AoE damage, rage regenerator, and skill damage bonus, not defense and march speed. All right, because you're going to be just loose when you're fighting against the enemy Richard and Charles Martel when you don't have enough skill damage to take him down. Damage bonus by 25% is only when else the army have been reduced less by 50%. And when you have been reduction by 50% damage, the damage bonus you get is still not enough to boost the damage, so it's still low. So it's really nothing compared to that. And also march speed bonus, well, you might be get 50% and 25%, so it's going to be 40% additional march speed bonus, but you're not going to chase anybody when you're using archer. You're not cavalry commander. When you want to chase the enemy, use cavalry. Do not use archer. So this is why the reason I do not recommend Alcet, because it gives unnecessary march speed bonus, because you're not going to chase the enemy by using archer. Alright, so in the conclusion, the best archer pairing for the KvK Season 2 is YSG as a primary and Richard as a secondary. And the second best pairing is a tie between YSG as a primary and Sansu as a secondary, or YSG as a primary and Kira as the secondary. Alright, I hope that this video is very useful for you guys. And if you guys want to master the archer commander, you can recommend this video to your friends or your teammate. And if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Vassals out.